Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe football show and the resumption of the Premier League. Of course, Leeds United go away to the Emirates on Saturday at 3 p.m. to take on table toppers and probably future Premier League champions 22-23 Arsenal. It's going to be a very tough game. It's almost a free hit. I know people don't like that, but it is what it is. Listen, I'm not very confident for this game of football, but listen, we've got tougher games or more important games to come on Tuesday and Saturday, or Tuesday and Sunday, should I say, against Forest and Palace. But we're here to preview that big game against Arsenal. So before we get into it, please smash a like, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. And let's get into it.
I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck. I believe I'm self-made, yeah. So, folks, the biggest thing for me going into this is the fact that Arsenal only have the Premier League to fight for. Not in the FA Cup, not in the Europa League. So, basically, their remaining games now are all cup finals. The home crowd will be buoyant and well up for this one because, as we know, Arsenal's atmosphere historically hasn't been, glorified in a sense. But this season, it has really stood up and really come forward. So, fans, players, they're going to be well up for this. And why wouldn't you be? Because look, Arsenal claimed their 22nd Premier League win of the season, which even betters their invincible season because they didn't win that many games after 28 league games. Obviously, Arsenal only have 10 left to play now, and so that's quite some record. And obviously, they battered Palace last time out 4-1. That's their 6th consecutive Premier League victory, and 5 of them they've scored at least 3 goals. So, look, scoreline-wise, Leeds United will try to defend and defend resolutely. Javi Gracia has said that the best we can hope for is a 0-0 or 1-1, because I do think we will score or a 1-0. But listen, once Arsenal score, that means we might have to come out, and I could see another win for Arsenal where they score at least 3 goals. I hope that isn't going to be the case, but Arsenal are different gravy at the minute. Look, only Man City have beaten them in the league since April last year. Do you know what I mean? So it's almost 365 days, really, since they were beaten in the league. They haven't lost at home either to Leeds United in a head-to-head since May 2003. Obviously, we all remember that game. That's 12 games, man. 12 games. But look, there are reasons to be positive. Of course they are, because Gracia has lost just 1 league game since coming in, winning 2, drawing 1, obviously losing away to Chelsea, in which was a tight game. We could have probably and should have took something from the game. So there are reasons to be positive. Gracia himself, though, has lost all previous managerial games against Arsenal 2-0, which doesn't make for great reading either. But it was at Watford then, you know what I mean? We're Leeds United, forget Watford. Of course, we're coming up against an elite side as well. Such a young side, but such a great side that have, a massive future from back to front. Ramsdale, I really, really rate. Of course, we all know about Ben White. No Saliba, which is a massive plus. Rob Holding, nowhere near close to his level. But with Gabriel alongside him, who for me has been their most consistent defender, and I've previously said he's a bit of a bozo. He does have that gene about him. We almost seen that in the reverse fixture at Ellen Road when we had a goal chalked off, which shouldn't have been. Obviously, Bamford misses a penalty, etc. But yeah, Gabriel's been really, really good this season. Zinchenko, stand out. What a leader, what a winner. The midfield party, Xhaka, Odegaard, and I was talking to Potsy yesterday on the opposition preview, and he says in every game that them 3 have started, they don't lose. And they're all expected to start. It's such a great midfield. It's full of guile, endeavour, and then you've got the added, spice of Odegaard, who can create goals out of nothing. Another player who can create goals out of nothing, Martinelli. Saka on the other side, who became the first man this season to register 10 goals and 10 assists. So it says what form is in. He also scored on the international stage during the international break. For me, he's one of the most informed players in Europe, and he's going up against Junior Firpo. Junior Firpo has been very, very good, but I can see a yellow card for Firpo for sure, which then means he's going to have to watch himself. And I think Bukayo Saka could run riot down that flank. Jack Harrison's going to have a job to do to help him out. I don't know, start up top for them. Will it be Trossard? Could it be Jesus? Could it be Nketiah? I think he'll keep faith with Trossard, and Trossard is a great player as well. What a buy he's been for Arsenal. Just as we touch on Jack Harrison as well, look, Jack Harrison's in fine form again. We know he's inconsistent, he's up and down. Let's hope he continues the form that he's found himself in the last couple of games, because he's scored in each of our last 2 fixtures. And when he scores, you know, we don't lose. We don't lose. So hopefully if Jack Harrison's up and the scoring, history tells us we win when he scores. So that'd be nice. But look, Arsenal, as I keep saying, they're in great form. They're unbeaten in the league this term after leading at half-time. I think Grazia's plan will be to get to half-time in the game, and that means 0-0. Okay, 1-0, you could argue you're still in the game a little bit, but he'll be looking to keep it tight. Defend, defend, defend. And if we manage to create some attacks, okay, try be clinical. Who's clinical? Rodrigo. Will he start? No, I think it'll be Bamford. I want that because Bamford can occupy Holding and Gabriel much better than what Rodrigo can. Stay in the game, get to the later echelons of the game, and then you bring in Rodrigo. You look for that clinicality because, you know, we know from the press conference, no Adams, no Nonto, no Voba, but he also mentioned Rodrigo and Cini still need minutes. They still need that match sharpness. They're not going to start for me. I think you're going to be looking at Somerville on the right, Harrison on the left, Aronson, Bamford. That would be McKennie, Rocker, and everyone else makes themselves. Of course, no Voba. It'll be Cooper that comes in, who played for Scotland in that famous 2-0 win against Spain. Look, Leeds United won't keep a clean sheet. That's the problem that I have, because we have no clean sheet in 4 now. We are very, very good defensively, much better. Well, I say very good, but we're much better than what we were under Jesse. I think if we go to the Emirates, either under Jesse or Bielsa, we get spanked in this game. Under Gracia, I'm much more confident that maybe, just maybe, we can take something from this game. I do think we'll score. Arsenal are conceding goals at the Emirates more so than they are away from home. Maybe that's because the crowd's there. They're expected to be more expansive on top of teams. They leave themselves open at the back. Potentially that's why that is. So, you know, could 1-1 happen? Because look, the fact that we haven't kept a clean sheet in form, we're going up against the best team in England right now. It's going to be tough. And look, the thing is with Arsenal as well, even if Leeds United were to take the lead, they've shown me over the past few weeks that they have that championship winning mentality. Obviously, coming back from Villa, coming back from Bournemouth after being 2-0 down and scoring so late on, that's what champions do. And I do believe they will go on to win the league. So it's a very, very tough game for Leeds United. We are weak in terms of our starting 11. Obviously, we have players missing from our spine, Voba, Adams, Nonto. The team that we put out has more than enough to try and get something, of course. I just, God forbid, if anyone else picks up a knock. We know that McKennie might have the flu, but I think he'll play this game. We know what Arsenal's lineup's going to be. It's pretty cut and dry for both teams, really. You can predict it. I'd be very surprised if there's any changes other than the ones that I've discussed. Look, I don't think we get anything from the game. 2-1, 3-1 Arsenal. I do think we will score. If we score first, we can make it interesting. We can defend really well. We've shown that. But I just don't think we keep them out. And looking at the fact they've scored at least 3 goals in 5 of their last 6, which they've won, I think they might do win this one. I was thinking 2-1, but I'm leaning towards 3-1 to Arsenal, if I'm honest. But listen, this will not be where our season's defined. We know this. We just need to hope that when we look at the rest of the games, because there's so many games this weekend that will have a massive impact on the relegation scrap. I mean, just look at that. It's absolutely huge. Bournemouth at home to Fulham. You have Palace, Leicester, who are in that relegation fight. Forest, Wolves in that relegation fight. West Ham, Southampton in that relegation fight. And Everton have got Spurs. So Leeds United probably will lose this game. I'm sorry to be. Is it negative or is it being realistic? It's probably being realistic at this point. We just need to hope that the swings don't go in a way that's going to impact Leeds massively. What does that mean? Do you want Wolves to beat Forest? Probably. You know, probably, if I'm being honest. Wolves hopefully beat Forest. I think Everton will beat Spurs. West Ham to beat Southampton. You want Bournemouth to get beat by Fulham. I say that because I think the 3 that will go down will be Southampton, Forest and Bournemouth. So we need them to drop points. That's the way I'm looking at it. Of course, I don't know what that would mean in terms of the table for Leeds United, but go to Arsenal, give a good account of yourselves, see where that lands you on Sunday or Monday after Everton, and then on Tuesday night you play Forest at home. You got to beat Forest at home. And, you know, the league could have a very, very good look. I guess the point I'm making is we could lose this game. Then by Monday of next week, we could still be nice because we've got 2 home fixtures against 2 teams that are down there in Forest and Palace. So I'm not too worried about this game. Do I think we'll get beat? Yes. If we got a point, I'd be absolutely buzzing. But I'm not overly nervous about the game because I'm expecting us to lose. Them nerves are being saved up for Forest and Palace because they're the 2 games that mean so much to Leeds United right now. And tabletop in Arsenal, our record there, the fact that we haven't won in a head-to-head against them since 2003. We've always played them in the Cups and never won them either, even though we perform really well. Listen, good performance. Don't get battered. And we move. That's genuinely my thoughts on this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you make any changes to the lineup? Would you give JB? Would you give Gray a go? Would you start Rodrigo or Cine? Can we get anything from this game? I think the best we could probably hope for is a point. But I'd love nothing more than Grazia and Leeds United to surprise me. Listen, I'll be live at 5 o'clock predicting the run-in with good friend Corey. So make sure you join us for that. Hope you've liked this video. If you have, thumbs up. If you haven't, don't put a thumbs down, just leave it, yeah? Subscribe to my channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Leeds.